Hello, Guardians. Today we're talking about the TWAB on the weekend, but why? Well, in case you missed it, a Bungie dev has talked in greater detail about the TWAB and sandbox changes for Season 18. It might have just flown under your radar. Our vault is going to contain some weapons that are going to be getting some spicy buffs here soon. What else would be spicy is if you'd like and subscribe to the channel, as it greatly helps me out. Now onto the actual things you want to hear about. This week, Bungie dropped a hot one on us, talking about buffing some underutilized weapon archetypes, like scout rifles, heavy grenade launchers, high impact autos, lightweight bows, buffing multiple perks, including fixing some bug perks, updating weapon descriptions, exotics, adding anti champion capabilities to certain other weapons, and reworking a couple exotics that have been causing some issues. With Dire Promise's Zoom finally getting fixed, more glaive interaction with exotic pieces, and breach loaders getting an update, because Season 18 is shaping up to be pretty exciting in terms of weapons. On August 13th, Destiny Massive Breakdowns released an interview with Associate Weapons Designer at Bungie and former host of the show, Mercules. They did a 3-hour special talking about the sandbox changes for Season 18 and what they have been working on since. Also, gave quite a few teases into some things that we could be seeing in the near future. They started the podcast getting right into it, talking about the individual archetypes, going through scout rifles, high impact auto rifle changes, lightweight bows, and actually putting numbers behind the things that we were seeing on paper, giving a little more insight to the development process and what we would actually be seeing in game. According to the Sandbox team, it seems like high impact auto rifle is going to feel very different than they used to. They actually go through the specific numbers of every single one, come to pass, age old bond, things like that. So, might want to keep some, pull them out from your vaults, and see when Season 18 starts what they feel like. The interviewer and Mercules also take time going over individual weapon buffs for exotics, talking to each one individually, talking specifically what they did with them in order to bring them up into today's game. The armor section was something that they relatively skipped over, as they both felt like it was very well covered in the TWAB. Me personally, I'm happy that Omnioculus didn't get the renewal grasp treatment. The TWAB then goes over certain other things that they're working on as well, reducing shotgun spread, reducing bow swapping effectiveness, increasing trace rifle ease of use, all kind of things that Mercules and the interviewer touch on and talk about and discuss in some detail. Like I said, as well as giving some numbers behind some of the changes and the feedback from us and the view of the sandbox team and how they go about putting these things into the game. Talking about things like Zen Moment and Particle Repeater needing their descriptions updated, Vice Stinger getting changed, concussion grenades being kind of power crept out of existence by blinding nades, Wellspring getting a change, Ambitious Assassin getting a change, the two origin traits from Gambit and from Iron Banner weapons getting changed. Also with the tease of raid weapons, old raid weapons getting origin traits from said raids. If you like crunchy numbers or digging into some of the behind the scenes thing of Destiny, if you are craving some more information regarding next season, I highly suggest that you check out this episode of Destiny Massive Breakdowns podcast. Like I said, the podcast is 3 hours long, so you can take it in bits and pieces or listen to the whole thing at your leisure. Me personally, I put it on while I was working out today and listened to the rest of it while I was putting together this video. I do believe it's best to hear it for yourself from the mouths of Mercules and the interviewer. But hearing somebody from Bungie that's working directly with the weapons department, as a weapons designer, as an associate weapons designer, listening to his passion about what they're working on and the team at Bungie and what they're working on, but also to kind of set our expectations about what realistically that team can get done in the time frame that they're given. One of the key things they said during this podcast is they have a lot shorter time than most other teams to develop what they are working on. The weapons team typically works 2 seasons in advance as opposed to others. One other thing as well is they said they get more playtesting time from us as a community than anything that they can do in studio. Us playing the live game gives them more data than they could ever want instantly, and typically we find the big bugs, we all know that. Some other things they want to address in the future as well is shotgun pellet spread randomness, the full auto setting, rampage surrounded and dragonfly perks. They know air assault is terrible, and they want to work on it. They do plan on addressing SMGs in the future as they feel that they are out of band. They know of the range driver issue. They would like to address kinetic weapons and them falling behind elemental weapons. They do want to add more weapons to interact with the 3.0 subclasses. Monte Carlo was wink wink nudge nudge. It might be getting a glaive attack. They also do not plan on nerfing Arbalist, as they want to bring other weapons into competition with it. That being said, guys, I really hope you check out this podcast as it had lots of good information. I stream daily at twitch.tv/z2tone with a 7. Coming out. I'd love to hear from you. See you on the next one.